What's up, Information Overdrive fans? I'm Rebekah Toth, bringing you the latest and greatest in hard disk recording units.
KeyPro Mini is actually the first of these small devices. Remember I mentioned the KeyPro earlier? This is the mini version of it. And this was the first of these small recorders to make it to market after the Cinedet. The recorder itself is only this part. So if you forget all that other stuff, you're looking at that part. So it's fairly petite. So it records ProRes 422 HQ right now. When I say everything, when it records 422 HQ, it'll do the lower versions of ProRes, the less data rate, but it'll always do those, but it gets up to 422 HQ. It records to the CF cards. So this has two CF card slots. They do not span, which is unfortunate. Eventually, that's another thing they're supposed to be enabling. There is time code available from the FS100 via HDMI. That's just a specific little thing that they've enabled that no one else has done quite yet. The FS100 is a Sony camera that does not have HDSDI. It has HDMI only. So you could take that signal, you could feed it into here, and instead of recording internally on that camera, you could record on here at a higher quality signal. Does not have 2-3 pull-down removal. That's pretty important in my book, because a lot of our clients work with 24-frame video. They want to have that look. It's not nearly as intuitive and bulletproof a device as something like the Pix is. This one you got to kind of get to know and get to understand it a little bit more. This is an uncompressed recorder. 444 or 422. This is an incredibly capable little recorder. You can get really, really rich files with this. This can do dual camera. So if you're shooting 3D, great, but if you're shooting two cameras at once and you want to send them both to one recorder and have two files that travel together and time code locked and everything, one recorder, this big. You can do all that. You can actually record a log signal, but you can apply a LUT. You can even do it with the ARRI raw recording. You'll be able, ARRI raw, you can't look at it at all. I mean, it's this weird data signal, but it can transform that into a piece of video that you can then monitor and choose to apply a LUT to, so that you can get that look on set. The Pix 240 from Sound Devices. This is an incredibly popular machine. This can record ProRes 422 HQ and lower versions of ProRes, as well as DNXHD. It has a 5-inch screen, removable hood. This shows you how well it gives you a feeling of how they're smart, they're thinking about it. It has this little removal, it comes with it. It's got like a felt velour kind of inside to stop reflections, and it attaches just with magnets. So that's sort of, this is built by people who know what devices are like on set. It also is, because it comes from Sound Devices, a very full-fledged audio recorder. So it's a mixer with audio inputs, direct audio inputs. So you don't have to pass your audio signal through the camera. You can only use it as an audio recorder if you're also sending a video signal through to it, because it needs the video signal to have a structure of its file. It has two audio inputs for analog, and 4 if you're going with digital audio, and actually 8 if you take it as part of your HDSDI signal. One of the really neat things with this recorder and in its video menu, I can take, let's say I have an old Vericam. I can take a 720 60p signal, bring that in, do a 2-3 pull down. So let's say I'm shooting for 24 frame, right? But it's a 60p carrier signal. I can do a 2-3 pull down to turn into 24 frame video, or 2398, and then I could choose to cross convert it to 1080 24p or 2397p and record that all in one step. So let's say you're doing a multi-camera shoot, and one camera is on one standard and one camera is on another, but I want to be able to deliver the exact same thing to the client every time. All the signals are going to be the same. Don't have multiple formats. This guy's going to cross convert for you. That's huge. It's just these sort of functionalities that you have to think about. What is your client basis? What sort of things do you need to send out? What are your deliverables?
Have any questions or input? Friend Cam on cruise control and find out the answer. Until next time. So where do you download Information Overdrive? Go to Cruise Control's website and click Podcast.